Hey everyone, what's up and welcome. So today we're going to be talking about the best dead game ever. This is a game that I genuinely really enjoy. It's called Spectre Divide. You guys have probably seen it here on the channel. I want to play it more. I wish the game was doing better than it's currently doing. I think it has a average concurrent player base of anywhere from 100 to 200 players, and it's the first game that I truly feel like I just had to stop playing because I couldn't make content on the game here on the channel. But I now enjoy it as kind of like a passion project of mine. Not really a passion project, just like a hobby. It's a game I like playing, and whenever I have free time to play it, I catch myself playing it. But I just find it so ironic that it's literally my favorite first-person shooter, but it is the most dead first-person shooter out of any of the shooters that I currently play in my gaming library. I don't really know how that makes sense. Maybe you guys could shed some light. Actually, don't do that. I've already seen people's fair share of complaints towards the game. I feel like the game just got a really bad rap at the beginning of its life cycle. A lot of people hate it for a lot of reasons that, to be honest, I just don't see. And that's just my opinion, so take it for what you will. They have updated the game like a bunch since the game came out, and it's just a really polished experience. The reason why they've been updating it so much, this isn't sponsored. I swear if I see the how much they paying you little bro comments in the comment section, well, I'm not really gonna do anything because I'm just gonna keep reading them. But I like I said, I just like this game. I don't really know what to say. They're not paying me anything, you little they're not paying me anything, but I want to talk about it because I'm excited about it. That's what you do when you're excited about games, okay? Season 1 comes out, I think, some point throughout this month. It's February right now. There's people who say it's probably going to launch anywhere from like mid to late February, but they have been teasing a bunch of stuff on like their social media accounts. And from what I understand, like I said, I'm not like super up to date informed with it, but I think there's like a new map coming. Which will make it 5 total maps for attack FPS, which is pretty good. I mean, the Valorant only launched with 4. And there's like a new sponsor. Sponsors are the game's classes, I guess you could say. But the classes in this game are abilities, but they're not very ability-y, if that makes any sense. They're more like pieces of utility, like grenades, flashbangs, you know, a little heal bot you throw on the floor, little things like that. Nothing that really turns the tides of a battle like Valorant. There's no ultimate abilities. And yeah, I think it's something that's genuinely really exciting, and a lot of players could look forward to it, specifically for one reason. The game has a lot of competition on PC. PC has multiple attack shooters. There's Counter-Strike, there's Valorant, and so, you know, it's a pool that isn't very big. We're looking at like, you know, one of those like kid-sized pools, the one that your dog swims in. Not a lot of room for competition, but this game is also coming to console in season 1, and I've always like preached that the game should have released on console because Fragpunk, which is like another attack FPS, which in my opinion is decent, but it's just so arcadey that it doesn't come off as competitive whatsoever, is going to console. But the console scene doesn't have any attack shooters. I mean, I guess you could argue Valorant is on console, but it's so foreign to console gamers. Like, the biggest FPS on console is Call of Duty, and what do Call of Duty players know? They know how to ADS their gun, they know how to strafe while shooting, and playing Valorant just doesn't align with any of those natural feeling mechanics that console players are used to. Nobody likes standing still in order to be accurate while shooting. There's no ADSing in Valorant. They have like a button that activates your aim assist. It's just weird. I don't know. Like, even as someone who used to play controller and I think about that, I wouldn't like that. Like, it'd just be awkward. But Spectre Divide does have ADS gunplay, and I think it's actually perfect for console. And so they are coming to console in season 1. And I think it's perfect because the only competition for actual attack shooter that would actually feel natural on console is Fragpunk. And in my opinion, this dead game blows Fragpunk out of the water in terms of a competitive experience. Yeah, I think Spectre Divide is going to be really refreshing for the FPS scene on console. I highly encourage you guys to give this game a shot if you are on console, just because no console players have ever actually played it, unless you have Steam and have played it on PC on mouse and keyboard. The game only ever peaked at 30,000 players on PC. And so, yeah, I don't think enough of the world has actually seen this dead game to actually call it dead. I mean, its current state's pretty damn dead, but like, hopefully my favorite game can catch a little bit of traction so I don't have to play with the same 85 sweat balls that are online every day after 4 o'clock when everyone gets home from school and work. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to make today's video to, put some positive energy, put some positive light, maybe a little bit of, good chakra out in the universe so that my favorite game lasts longer than hopefully the first season. Some of you guys probably have never actually seen this game. Like, if you're on console, you probably have never even seen Spectre Divide because it's not on console. But this game, when it first came out, was labeled as Shroud's game. Shroud, we're just gonna get this out of the way and clear it up just to make it official because it's on this video. Shroud did not make the game. Shroud, this is not Shroud's game. Shroud was a consultant, and they consulted Shroud on some of the game's mechanics and decisions they wanted to go through with. And I mean, that's a good idea. You know what I mean? Like, you got a professional FPS player. He's been playing FPS for, what is he, like 55? No, I'm joking. But he's been playing FPS for a really long time. It makes sense that if you're making a really competitive experience, you consult a really competitive player because they'll probably have some good takes on whether or not the gunplay of the game would be good or bad. But that's all he was. This wasn't his game. This wasn't something that, Shroud is like, Shroud is a developer and he's programming the game for everyone. It's not like that. But that's definitely the way people took it. And so every single time Shroud was like playing this game or not playing this game, people were saying he was dead. Oh, he's not even playing his own game. He thinks his own game's bad, yada, yada. And Deadlock had just come out at the time, which, I mean, look at Deadlock now. I mean, I'm sure Deadlock's a great game, but you don't see Shroud still playing Deadlock, or at least I haven't. That's because people just play what's new. People play new and exciting things, He has a wide variety of games he likes to enjoy, and Spectre Divide just happened to be at a time where there's other stuff to enjoy too. But the one thing I can say is that I still enjoy Spectre just as much as the day it came out, and I'm still enjoying it along with, a good, I guess you could say, handful of other people. Literally. But I think the game will definitely attract some people's attention. Hopefully it gets more attention on console. And so I guess the point of me making this video is just, it's really strictly to my perspective. I don't even want to spend much more time talking about, who makes the game, people's a bit like, I'm so sick of listening to people's opinions on this game. And maybe some of you guys will call me brain dead for that, but I just know that I have fun playing this game. And you know what? I guess you could chalk it up to maybe me having extremely poor taste in games, but it doesn't seem to be the case because a lot of you guys have watched me over the years and, seem to enjoy the games that I do play. So I can't be that crazy to think that this game is the slightest bit good. It is very competitive and it is very fun and satisfying. And so, yeah, it's just honestly the most ironic and hilarious title I think I could have called this video. The best dead game ever. It contradicts itself so hard. How could one of my favorite games ever right now be dead? It just, I don't know. Like, I feel like nowadays gamers are so caught up in the damn numbers, bro. Like, you open Twitch, you open Steam charts. I'm not saying I'm not victim to this too. I do it too. Like, every time I boot up Spectre Divide, I literally go on Google and type in Steam charts to see, oh, is it 100 or 200 players today? And it just puts like a bit of a negative or a sour taste in your mouth. But gamers are just slave to this nowadays. If a game isn't booming with 1 million concurrent players off of day one, they're like dead game. I mean, come on, bro. Like, it's games. This is why like no more than 1 or 2 games succeed at a time, because people just feel, maybe it's like the FOMO, the battle pass system. I don't know, like, because there's so much FOMO that they don't want to be playing a game that isn't the hottest game, because then they feel like they're missing out on what everybody else is doing. I just had some sausage, by the way. That's pretty gross. I just burped, but like, honey maple sausage, you know, even if you were to smell that I feel like that'd be pretty good. Yeah. We're moving on back to Spectre talk. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired right now. I just got back from a 4-mile run. I ran 8 miles for the first time this week, which was like the longest I normally run. I normally run 4 miles, but this week I decided to double my mileage, and my feet are still hurting from 2 days ago. And I was supposed to go run 8 miles again today. I got to mile 3 and I thought I was gonna explode in my feet. I've been breaking in new shoes. I finished 4 miles. I didn't finish 8. I'm a little bit frustrated now. I'm a little bit frustrated right now. Maybe that some of that's coming through my Spectre Divide venting session, I guess you could call it. I think back to games I used to play when I was a kid. Let me know if any of you guys remember this game, but it was called I Ninja. It was on the PlayStation 2. It's such a hidden gem. I honestly don't even know if that many people played it. Probably a good thing because there wasn't Steam charts or, you know, like player number charts then. So people would probably just be calling that a dead game too. But yeah, it was such a good game. And I feel like that's what games are just supposed to be about. People, you know, think about how long will the game last me nowadays? Is there going to be future content updates? Will it be getting seasonal passes? Can I play this game longer than 365 days? Because if so, is it even worth the $70 that they're asking? I don't know if games are still worth $70. Like, I feel like that's just the price of games because of what goes into it developmental wise and obviously inflation. But at the end of the day, I feel like games were just judged on being good back then. And it didn't matter if it only lasted you a couple days or if it lasted you 2 weeks. You know what I mean? If it was good, it was good. And if it was fun, it was fun. And that's what made it worth buying or not. I'm trying to think of where I was going with that again. Okay, yes, I remember. Spectre Divide is a fun game. And I feel like it reminds me of games I played growing up, even though it's very different. It's a live service multiplayer shooter. But the point of that is it's fun. And that's all I really care about. And that's kind of the only thing that's been keeping me around playing. And I feel like it speaks volumes to the fact that I'm playing it despite there being very low player numbers, because it means that the game at its core is touching at that childhood feeling, and that is enough to push through the FOMO, the hate, the shit that, to be honest, a lot of you guys in the comment section are gonna make me feel for liking this game. That's just keeping it real, right? But a lot of you guys might honestly give this game a shot. I feel like this was a video that I really wanted to put out into the universe because, you know, nowadays with games, new content drops and every streamer and their mother's like, oh, here's the, like, they're just like chirping little news articles like, here's this, here's that, and then the next guy, here's this and here's that, and then the next guy, and then here's this and here's that. And nobody's saying that. And I'm not being paid. I don't know, maybe some of you consider me like a big streamer. I'm really not. I'm just a small streamer who likes the game and wants to put out something good about a game. And hopefully you guys take it as it being a genuine message and not some brain rot promo work that you think every other streamer is being paid to do. Yeah, anyways, I feel like I sound like a broken record right now. Go play the game. I'm telling you to play the game because it's freaking good, man. I just thought of it too, like some other games that I guess people would consider dead. Hyperscape was one of them. And it's so interesting because now that the game is gone, I feel like I only see nothing but praise about the game online. Obviously, it's a small audience of people who are praising because they were probably the people who were enjoying the game before it got taken down. Taken down, not because it was a bad game, but taken down probably because it was the best thing to do business-wise, which is a whole nother conversation for another day. But yeah, Hyperscape is a game that honestly I look back to, and although I, you know, started to not enjoy it for certain reasons, I still did have a lot of fun. I actually thought it was going to be my main game for a long time. And a lot of people still to this day really, really enjoy Hyperscape, even though you can't play it anymore. I'd hate for Spectre Divide to fall into that same boat, because all I know is if this game truly does die, if it actually does get taken down and is no longer playable, it'll probably be one of the biggest what ifs that I don't think there's another game out there that I've ever experienced that would make me say like, what could that game have been? If the world really saw it, if the world really gave it a chance, how many people would actually be playing it? If they really understood the game's mechanics, really felt it to its fullest potential, to the way that the developers intended it to be experienced, you know, how many people would like it? hopefully one day they do find out. So yeah, that's the best dead game ever. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. Subscribe. I plan on yapping a lot more. So if you guys want to hear me yap, you can hear me yap. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. And have a great rest of your day. All right. Keep up, stay up. Peace.